Bada boom, realest one in the goddamn room. How you doing? I am your host, Thabreakmaster, and this is Seasonal Talk. We are talking about the spring anime of 2023. I have two shows that I've watched thus far, and I want to talk about that, and also two reoccurring shows, or one that got done actually, one reoccurring, and then we'll have more as we continue on this trip down the Seasonal Talk train of spring 2023. Without further ado, let us go ahead and hit that goddamn intro, baby. Ho ho ho. Oh ho ho. My computer, can you please stop doing that? All right, that's the welcome in. That was quick. You got to get in here right on time. I appreciate you being here. I watched a lot of good episode ones this week. Oh, see, this is why I was asking questions like, what other shows should I even watch? I don't know what's good out here, but I did run to a sleeper show so far already. First episode really impressed me, but we'll get into it when we get into it. Curious what you watched though, Desto. Have you watched Heavenly Delusion? If not, highly recommend. I have not. See, that's going to be on my list then. Please tell me more about this show. And also, welcome in, Anna. Appreciate you with the lurk. Take your nap. Take your nap. And while you take your nap, we don't sleep on this show right here, Vinland Saga. This show is still going on, and it's still going strong. So when it comes to this episode this week, it only brings even more issues. We already have the canoe issue coming through within 3 days' time. He's going to be down there, and he's going to attack that farm where Thorfinn is at, where Einar is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're already there. You know, they're already coming. And so, but outside of this, we have the old man owner passing out, and he's at a point where he can't even work anymore. His legs don't work like they used to. And so Snake is out here trying to, take care of him and everything like that. And same thing with Einar and Thorfinn. They're taking care of this old man because at the end of the day, this man needs some help. And it's like, look, they're trying to be free men. But look, that man needs some help. That guy helped you out in a lot of ways, so you should help that old man out as well. You know what I mean? So please help this old man. So that's what they're doing right now. And then the girl that Einar has a crush on is now working over there as well to help out with the situation. But come to find out, this girl that he has a crush on is actually a goddamn wife to this runaway slave. Because we see this in the beginning of the show, this episode here. We have a runaway slave killing all his slave masters. Oh, the slave owner dude is like, please don't kill me. I will be your slave. Kisses his boot and everything. Don't matter. Kills that man anyways. So he's on the run. Snake's heard about this, and you're like, okay, we gotta keep an eye out. Make sure nothing's really going on. Even if you do run into this dude, he is a formidable guy. So just don't even really, confront this guy. But the people that he told that to, they suck. They were in a bush, right? They're hiding in the bush. They found the dude, and they're like, okay, all right, we're going to do this. And they start arguing with each other and start screaming at each other. Therefore, that sucker found him, killed one of them, and then he's on the run with the horse. It's like, bro, when this episode ends, we see this runaway slave guy, right? Einar's crush yells out to him because she knows who that is. And he looks behind, and he's like, oh, my God, my wife. And I was like, oh, my goodness. So the thing is, it seems like they're going to actually have to do a confrontation. They're going to have to fight this guy. Like he's going to try to take his wife back, obviously. What is Thorfinn going to do, right? Like, Snake is there, and he's going to fight. Snake is a formidable, adversary. He is somebody with strength. But, like, from how they're hyping this man up, he seems like somebody to not mess with. So I don't know how this whole thing's going to play out. This is not looking too good. And again, is Thorfinn even going to get involved? Thorfinn actually was like listening to the Bible and everything while Snake was reading it. So it's like he's trying to become a different man. And that's an actual interesting parallel between Thorfinn and Canute. Because Thorfinn initially, didn't care about Christianity, didn't really mess with the Bible or any of that stuff. Whereas Canute did initially. Now there's they're flipping roles. They're constantly flipping roles as the show goes on. And it's so interesting to see how this is all happening when it comes to their character. That's why, the moment they actually run to each other, it's going to be insane. I look forward to it. I can't even read that. Let me do that. Maybe like Snake. Yeah. I mean, Snake's actually not a bad guy. Like, all things considered, Snake is a pretty good dude, it seems like. Though, he makes this like random excuse when I believe Torf is the one that asks him like, so why are you even taking care of the old man? And he's like, I'm just trying to get this money, trying to get the stuff that I can sell from him. And it's like, I don't think that's the case, given how worried he was and knew that he was probably on the field and he got like trapped or got hurt or something like that. Like, he was the one that found the old man passed out on the ground in the first place. Like, Snake cares about that old guy. So I am inclined to believe there's obviously more to it. So, he doesn't want to reveal those type of emotions. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would be concerned about Einar too. Einar's whole thing is kind of wrapped up around that girl at this point, because he doesn't really want to, like, he can be a free man, but at the same time, he would still want to probably work on the fields, because this is what he says to Thorfinn, because he's not really sure what to do anyways. So he might just stay on the field to see if there's a way to get her out of that be a slave in the first place. So he has goals to try to help her out, but given the situation at hand here, I don't know. And then, yeah, you already know how Einar is. He is somebody that will confront someone. So I don't think we'll confront this guy. Again, he looks very, like, out of it, deranged. Do you really want to do this? I don't think so. This is why this whole situation is looking bad. And like I said, we still have the canoe issue coming around as well. Like, it's only adding to the goddamn pressure of this whole situation. And I don't know how they're all going to get out of this. Thorfinn's going to have to fight at some point. That's my opinion here. But all in all, this was a really good episode. Very solid stuff. They just out here adding more to it, more characterization that actually goes in with Thorfinn. There's just so much layering that at this point is going on here that it's just building up to this moment where it's about to just all go down. And I'm looking forward to it. So overall, I give this like an 8.5 out of 10. Very good episode. I enjoyed it. Is this the one that won Anime of the Week this week? We'll have to find out. But let us move on to the next show. And we have a newcomer here on the list, and that is Hell's Paradise. This show, first episode, it was interesting. Definitely not bad. The way the beginning kind of started when it comes to this series, it's I felt like they could have went a different route to get to the same conclusion in this first episode, because when it comes to Gabimaru, he was trying to make it seem like he don't care about life. He just wants to die, and that was like the gist of it. Like when his character, when we first got introduced to him within this episode, right? As we go further into this episode, we have Yamada come through, and ultimately she's the one be the one that's trying to kill him. That's the whole thing here. That's why she's here. Like, trying to kill him. That's what we knew at first, right? And we come to find out this dude actually does have, he is still clinging on to life. He is actually blocking these attacks. He doesn't want to actually die, because we find out this man loves his wife. He loved his wife, all right? He is Chance the Rapper. He loved his wife. And so with this revelation, he kind of gets to that point where I got to get past this. I need to be able to live now. And so Swerve, Yamada's like, okay, good. I'm glad you actually have the will to live, because I'm trying to find some people. Find people that are on death row. Find suckers that actually have a clinging to life, to go on this expedition, this mission that the Shogun is asking us to go do. So we're gonna go over here to this island to be able to find pretty much like the fountain of youth, basically, right? Because this old man's like, I need to be able to still live, all right? So I need my subjects to go do something. Go find some slaves. Go find some people that want to die and bring them over here and make this mission happen. So that's what Yamada's doing. She found this man. This man is very powerful. He has ninjutsu arts. So he's a whole full-blown ninja out here, boom, boom, pow, taking everybody out. Again, very interesting premise how this whole show is actually set up right now. Obviously, there's going to be a whole team that comes into play here. I'm curious just how strong Gabimaru actually is in comparison to other ninjas. Because, again, he's very powerful, but Yamada doesn't seem to be slacking either, right? She is a specialist when it comes to sword. You don't play around with her. You don't play around with her. But what I mean by how they could have kind of, like, did this maybe in a different way is the fact that, like, the way they initially set him up is just like, oh, dang, he really has no life left in him and everything like that. But then all of a sudden, it's like a 180 turn within the same episode so quickly to make you like, okay, now he actually does care all of a sudden. You know what I mean? I wish they didn't really go that specific route where they could have just showed that, maybe could be missing his wife or whatever the case is. That's a little minor nitpick, not something that actually hurts the entire show. I will say that much. Like I said, the first episode was interesting enough. It did grab me a bit, and that's only the first episode. I usually take 3 before I actually start really, biting my teeth into the show. But it is interesting enough, and I do like the first episode. All right, throwing out those hands as you're about to get the hands. We talking about Quets. Welcome in, by the way. You're trying to get some tech going on in the background. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Ooh, why are you doing that? I don't know what you're talking about, sir. But welcome in. Did you watch anything this season so far? I gotta know. Hell yes. I'll tell you, it only gets better. I have a feeling it is. With how the series is like set up so far, at least in the first episode, it was a good enough pilot to grab my attention. And a lot of shows don't tend to do that. I have to wait like 3 episodes before I really like the show like that, right? This already has my attention. So with that said, like I said, I have a minor nitpick with it, but regardless, it's still good. You know what I mean? I'm a manga reader, by the way. So you know firsthand, way into the future how good the show's gonna be. Then, okay, 2 episodes going to be great. See, episode 2. That's what I'm saying. I have a feeling it probably is. Like, I look forward to it. Hell's Paradise looks like a show that is gonna be one of the bangers of this season. I'm glad. Because, again, this season is looking a little shaky right now in comparison to, like, last season. Last season had some sleeper bangers and just already known bangers that were actually there. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially coming off from the season before. Season before had everything. So it's just like the fact that last season still kept up with the season before, that was impressive. So I was trying to see if the spring season is going to be able to keep up. And so far, so good. We're looking like we have some pretty good animes on the list at the moment. Also, welcome in. Hell's Paradise opening is so good. Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Because the soundtrack thus far for this is actually it's pretty solid. I do like the opening. It's pretty unique, actually. I like it. They doing their thing. They doing their thing. Same thing with the ending. I believe there was an ending, right? The ending wasn't bad either. Like, the soundtrack in general is just, it really lends to the show. So it gets me into that feeling. I do like that animation. Again, it's Mappa. Like, come on. Like, do I need to even say anymore? Like, Mappa has solidified themselves as one of the GOATs, as one of the studios that has ways to make anime look good, you know? You're not going to get a bad production out of them, it seems like, at this point. And I got faith in them. They put that faith when they took on Attack on Titan, you know what I'm saying? They put that faith with all the other shows that they're trying to do, okay? They are a juggernaut within the anime sphere at this point. I have to admit. So animation is really not a problem with this. I love looking at this, looking forward to seeing more. And Mappa don't miss the openings either. I don't know who's like directing this stuff, but like they're doing a really good job because like they don't miss. They don't miss. Okay, I'm about to probably put that on rotation. Okay. Overall though, what would you give this episode this week? For me, I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10. Again, this is a very solid first episode. I do like it. I look forward to seeing more and seeing how the story progresses, how the plot progresses, how Gabimaru progresses as a character. When it comes to Yamada, what is her whole shtick and her backstory? I'm curious about the characters thus far, and that's good to know. That's a good feeling to have going on just one episode. So 8 out of 10 for me. What would you guys rate this week's episode for Hell's Paradise? Please tell me. Please tell me. A new Vinland Saga opening was pretty good too. But true. I forgot to bring that up. It's not gonna be as good as River. I'll say that much. It's not bad. It fits the theme of the series, but it's not gonna be as good as River. River, that's my song. I'm still putting that on rotation and still listening to it to this day. But yeah, again, good stuff from Hell's Paradise. But let us move on to the other new show, which is Yamada-kun to level 99. This was just a random show I decided to watch. I don't recall even saying I was going to watch this when I was looking at the list, but I was seeing comments about this series and people saying how good the show actually is, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me just get a chance. Let me see, because I need some more shows to talk about. Let me watch this. I'm not going to lie. The first episode's a goddamn banger. I am 100% invested. It took one episode for me to really enjoy this series. This is actually very. You should watch the show if you're into like rom-coms type of series like this. You're gonna like this. Like I can say that almost for a certainty. Also, it deals with the whole gamer girl, gamer guy type of situation. A lot of people can kind of relate to that kind of scenario where you meet people online, bada boom bang, you go on a date, and that's how it starts to happen. So with the premise of this show, though, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. So the main character Akane, she gets cheated on by her boyfriend. Boyfriend finds a new chick online, and it's like, you know what, we gotta break up. That's pretty much what it is. So she's been wallowing in her pain, but she decides, you know what, I'm gonna get revenge. I'm gonna be looking good as heck, and I'm gonna go to this event for this game that my ex-boyfriend does play. All right, so I'm gonna go over there, and I'm gonna go find him, and he's gonna look at me, and he's gonna regret what he ever did. He should have never dropped me. But that's not actually what happens here. So before she even does that whole thing, trying to, you know, get her ex jealous, she runs into this dude in the game, in the same game that she played with her ex-boyfriend, Yamada. This sucker here has like the slowest replies. This guy takes 2 minutes every time to say anything to anyone. It's just like, bro. And then when she started actually like confessing what's wrong with her, like the dude said, I don't care. Like basically, like he's just like, come on, bro. So needless to say, when she goes to that event, she actually runs to the dude that she ran into online, because he has the same type of response, same type of energy, which is the I don't care kind of energy. That's what it is. So with that said and done, they actually meet the boyfriend and the new girlfriend that's there. And all it did is actually just made her feel even worse about herself, because like at the end of the day, he is actually happy, and she didn't see that coming. She didn't want to see that. So she's walling again. She takes Yamada, because he ends up bribing Yamada to kind of like be the quote unquote boyfriend to try to get him jealous, but it still didn't work. It still didn't ultimately work in the way she thought it was gonna happen. So they're at this little bar section area getting drunk, and in the episode, he actually takes her home, and she wakes up in an unfamiliar area, which is actually Yamada's place. And Yamada, when it comes to his backstory, he's actually a pro gamer. He gets paid, gets by sponsorships, which I hope I can, at one point I can get that same thing. Look, sponsors, look at me. Look, I'm in here. I play games. I'm a streamer. Come on, guys. I can do the same thing Yamada-kun can do. All right, come on, man. Come on. But yeah, so we're starting to see a budding relationship happen right in front of our eyes. And it's, again, very interesting in how relatable this show can actually be just based off the first episode. So that was a lot that I explained. But first episode, I like it a lot. I like it a lot, all right? I'll give this episode about an 8. I haven't checked this out. Well, like I said, if you're into any rom-com type of series, this is definitely something to look forward to. This looks very interesting. It gets my seal of approval already from the first episode. This has me very hyped about the progression of this series. I'm just hoping that we do, like, with a lot of rom-com series, we run into the issue that it gets prolonged. We stretch everything out. And I'm hoping we don't have things of that nature go on with this show. I don't know how long the series actually is. Let me see. I do have it's 13 episodes. I do have the thing up. So it's 13 episodes. So okay, good. I'm hoping, because it's only 13 episodes, you don't do like no third season, fourth season. Like, you don't need to make this thing stretched out. Give us a complete story of a love that blooms through games. Like, I would like that. I would like that a lot, actually. But we'll see how this whole thing plays out. I just know the first episode has got my attention. Soundtrack does complement the series as well. Opening's actually pretty good on this show too, actually. Like, so far, none of the openings are bad, so I can't complain. They're, like, so far so good. We have some good openings thus far. I'm liking that. Animation is actually pretty solid in the show too. They do a pretty good job when it comes to the animation, because I mean, this is not Mappa. This is not Mappa, but they're doing good. They're doing good. Some new rom-coms have good first episodes, and the quality drops. That's my concern. That's my concern, man. Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't do the same. That's exactly what I'm feeling right now too, because like, I didn't expect this to even be as good as it was. Again, this is literally me going in completely blind. I knew nothing about this series. All I saw was a little bit of like murmurings of the comments, like within the player I was like looking at, and they say, "Oh, this show's supposed to be a banger," and I'm like, really now? Let me see for myself. You know, I like to watch things and formulate my own opinion before I like just allow anyone to tell me what is what. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Let me go check this out. And I was pleasantly surprised by this. This first episode, in my honest opinion, gets like a 9 out of 10. This is a strong first episode. Very strong. Because it lays the foundation of this new budding relationship getting to learn these characters when we're going into this as well, and we kind of get a good sense of how Akane even is as a person, and she's very nice. She's very nice at the end of the day. I do like her personality. So like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing like goes together. And I'm just hoping, like what you're just saying, that this show doesn't fall off a goddamn cliff. I've seen too many that do that exact same thing, but I have hope. I have hope. You just have to check this out. You should look. You should. You should. All right. Look. With that said, what would y'all rate it if you did watch this episode thus far for Yamada-kun to level 99? But without further ado, let us go into, unfortunately, the last show, which is Buddy Daddy. This show is actually done now. This was the last episode of the series, so I might give you a bit of my final impressions of the show as well. So not just talking about this episode, but the series as a whole. It's worth pretty much doing at this point, given we have to then jump into the discussion at hand here. But man, Buddy Daddy started off really rocky, but this ending. This is good. This is good. If you haven't watched this show, it's worth watching. Like the ending actually is really good. Like they did a good job on this. You know what? Look, just round of applause, honestly, because like I didn't expect the show to be this good, but after the third episode, when it finally hooked me, it just started going, and I can't lie. Maybe it's because I'm an older man, right? Like I don't have kids yet, right? But I understand. The pain and the trials and tribulations and those type of feelings that are there. You know, when you have a child, you know what I mean? It's just like the show encapsulates all of that so freaking well, better than most series that I've seen when it has like a child in it. And then the child Miri is just like, she's such a child, like she's an actual kid, right? And they portray that so well within this show. I'm thoroughly impressed by it. Like it's not your average like series where you have like a little kid, right? But they don't act like a child. You know, no, she's a 100% a child. They try to protect that innocence. She believes in Santa Claus still, you know what I mean? They didn't have that opportunity. Kazuki and Rei, they didn't have the opportunity because of the way they grew up. So they're just trying to make sure she has that same type of spirit, that same type of sparkle in her eye. That moment with this episode, after they got done with their mission, because they had to fight against Rei's father and his organization, basically, right? They were successful in that fight, which is still kind of ridiculous, but they did ultimately defeat the big bad, the dude with the goddamn last word notebook. He got. Man's gone. Surprisingly enough, Rei did not kill his father. He shot himself and was just like trying to show how much resolve he honestly has about this new life that he has here, that he wants. He's even grateful to his father for allowing him to be out and about like the way he did. He let him just roam free, allowed him to live life and to see what is out there and which outside of the syndicate, outside of this organization. It's great. So my thing is, like, I do want to know, like, is his father gonna actually try to go after Rei? Because I don't know. The thing is, his father could have shot him, but he didn't. He didn't. He actually hesitated. So it makes you wonder if maybe he took on that resolve. He understood what Rei was going through, maybe, and he's like, maybe I should let this go. Because like the way the show ends, there's a time skip that happens. We see Miri as a high schooler. They actually live together. They have a whole diner together. Rei's cooking. He has a specialty item. It's honestly just beautiful to see. I didn't see that coming. Like I love seeing time skips like that. Like she still has that type of like personality where she's very bubbly and everything like that, but you can tell she's older. It's just it was beautiful to see. And like I said, when they got, even before that time skip, when they got to that little recital area where she was singing that song for Christmas, like her eyes lit up so much finally seeing her daddy's right there. And I'm just like, man, it's such a feel-good show. This is, yeah, Rei was the best part of the show, 100%. Rei is such a character. The development that happens with this guy is amazing. And I'm just happy. Like I said, this made me happy. This was such a great show. it's definitely worth a watch. You won't be disappointed at all, especially if you're on the backs of like watching Spy X Family. I swear to God, you're gonna like this show. If you like Spy X Family, you're gonna like this show potentially even more. Honestly, this show is so well done when it comes to its writing that I again, no, round of applause one more time. This is something else. And like I said, the way it ends is just such a feel good moment. You see like pictures of them like, you know, living together and her growing older, and you know what I mean, like it. They did the thing, man. Look, this gets like a 9 out of 10. This is 100% the goddamn winner of this week when it comes to anime, the seasonal talk here for anime of the week, because this was good. This was really good, and I can't praise it enough about this show. If you haven't touched it, you definitely should, because it is worth checking out. It's worth watching all the way through. It's only 13 episodes, so you're not spending arm and leg. We're not watching arm and leg with this. You're not taking forever to try to watch this. All right, it's definitely worth watching. 100%, 100%. Watching the NCR series that came out. Amazing art animation right there. Oh, really now, Quest? Oh, really now? Okay, let me see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Honestly, probably wouldn't have kept watching it if it wasn't for you. Oh. Well, I'm like, look, we are on a journey together, man, and I'm glad you stick with it with me. Because are you not happy at the end of the show? Are you not happy going through this journey with me and finishing this off? Because I'm so glad this actually ended off as well as it did. Because I was concerned initially that this might not, you know, live up to the expectation that was there. Because it's supposed to be like a replacement for Spy X Family, so Spy X Family comes back, basically, right? So that expectation was there, and this thing could have faltered, but it did not. It did not. It did its thing. It did its thing. Like I said, great freaking show. I'm glad I went through this goddamn journey with you guys. And again, a lot of shows have ended this season, so I do want to say this, because I didn't watch everything from last season, but I gotta ask. This is one of the topics for today, actually, is what show was the best show you've watched from last season, from the winter fall season? It's like, what for the winter season? I said fall. For the winter season, like, which show was it that for you that have won, like, overall, that has finished, that is complete for you, that you thought, yeah, this is the one that everybody needs to be watching? Like, what is that show for you? Because like I'm like on the fence. Like, I like Trigun, right? But Trigun has like another season. So it's like, you know, it's not completely done yet. It didn't have a bad ending, but it's definitely not something that would like be like, yeah, that's the one that won. Like, Buddy Daddy is the finished, completed series. So that's why I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know what? This might be the thing here. My Hero Academia did just finish as well. And My Hero Academia did just have one of its best seasons, which is why I'm on the fence of thinking maybe My Hero Academia is the one that probably won this season. You know? I mean, Attack on Titan technically was there, but I can't really throw that in there because there's only 3 episodes, so I wouldn't really do that. Blue Lock, I mean, it didn't miss. It didn't miss. And it had an excellent first season, and that is another one I'm like, you know what? Blue Lock could be that one for me, honestly, too. I'm very happy with it. Glad I picked it back up after those initial 3 episodes. Yeah. Look, man, like I said, those first 2 episodes, I was like, man, I'm about to drop this series. 3rd episode picked it up for me, and I was like, okay, let me stick with this. And I'm glad I did that same thing for myself, you know? Nah, for real, it's Vinland Saga for me. Vinland Saga is still going technically within this season, going into this season, which is why I don't want to count it just yet. You know what I mean? It's like for the fall season, you try to count like My Hero Academia for the first 13 episodes. I don't know if I want to do that because it's not completed yet. I'm more on the fence of like choosing shows that have been completed now, more so than stuff that are still ongoing. Yeah, improved a lot from last season. Yes, bro. This is why I'm saying, like, I'm on the fence, because like I have to admit, like, I think outside of maybe season 2, this is honestly my favorite season of My Hero Academia. I gotta admit, like, from the storytelling perspective, from callbacks, Bakugo, it's like just Bakugo. Okay, I didn't like that guy. Okay, the turnaround for his character is insane. Super impressed by it. That's why I'm just like, honestly, I think My Hero Academia, it's weird because I want to say Blue Lock maybe because it did just finish, but I know it has a season 2 coming, and I know that's coming up too. But this really showcased why I'm a fan of My Hero Academia, though. That's the thing. It made me realize why I like the show, why I'm sticking with it, and to begin with, and it's why I think I want to. I think I want to say this might be the one. Even though Blue Lock's right there, I think I'm gonna say My Hero Academia. You know what? Yeah, I think from last season, I think My Hero Academia is the one for me. I'm gonna go with that. Because like I said, that ending was really nice. And then it even kind of segued back to some of the side characters that I've been having problems with because you don't do enough development for them. They did a good job on that too. They started actually doing, like, I don't know. It's interesting. it's very interesting. Vinland Saga, Bugo Stray Dogs, one of my favorite seasons of the winter. Granted, I didn't watch a lot this season. I watched a lot, but I didn't watch a lot at the same time. It feels like that though because there's just so much anime out nowadays that it's hard to keep up with everything. It's very difficult to watch everything. So from my limited selection of shows, which is like, it's fun to say because I watched like 7 series this season, but it's still limited in comparison to like so many other series that came out, you know? And from my limited time, that I think My Hero Academia is going to be the one for me. America have such likable characters. Oh man, they do. I think that's why I get annoyed with the series and why they don't like develop the other characters more. I understand that Shoto, Bakugo, and Deku are the main trio. And I like them. I like them as characters. But like, we can do more Uraka. We can do more Froppy. You know what I mean? Like, you have these other side characters sitting right there. You can do more with them. You know, like we have so many side characters in My Hero Academia that don't really do much when it comes to characterization. I just wish they did more with that. Like, that's one of my biggest gripes about the show. But they are still likable though. Uraka, I wish was doing more because I do like her as a character. She had an amazing showing at that little tournament thing that they had, and I enjoyed that. A few more scenes would have been true. See, that's the thing, right? Because they had like the whole festival thing, right? That would have been the perfect opportunity to really showcase more of those characters. Forget that one villain they had. I still can't remember his name. With that child, because Deku had the whole situation. Like, we could actually forego that whole situation and just more so build upon these characters, build upon these teachers as well. Like, let us get to know the top 10 heroes. Let us get to know these characters a bit more. They will have more stakes later on. You know what I mean? Like that one, what was that dude? The guy, because there were people that died this season, right? And it's like, we don't even know a few of them like that in the first place for us to really care as much as we should. You know, they should have built upon that a bit more. But I digress. Because there's like a few missteps within the seasons. Because there was that moment. There was other moment in season 5 where the first half of that season was like dealing with the other class and everything, which is like, we already seen that technically. Not much has even changed when it comes to their character. So it's like it didn't really serve a purpose when it comes to even developing their characters like that. That was like my gripe with that first half of season 5. Because it's like, what are we doing? it's weird to me. Because at the end of the day, they are high school students. And I feel that. That's what I'm saying. My Hero Academia it is a good show. When it gets good, it gets really good. Hey, I remember you. Come on, Alan. Of course I remember you, man. Welcome in. We are just in the discussionary portion of this week. What is the winter season anime for you, Alan? Like, out of all the shows you watch, which one is like the best one that you've seen? True, but I don't think many people like the small Euro arc where they did the band thing. Yeah, I'm talking about doing something completely different with that. They didn't have to do that band thing. They could have done something else entirely, something that helped really develop their characters a bit more in general. You know, I mean, it could have been that. They could have done something a little bit different with the whole band. They could have just done something entirely different in general to be able to have more of a likability for the characters in the first place. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I ain't watched nothing this week. God dang it, bro. He said, yeah. I'm still waiting for next week. Because, like, technically speaking, this week didn't, like, there's only a few shows that came out, right? It's more so next week where we actually really start the season. Because that's when Demon Slayer comes out. There's quite a few animes that actually come out this this season. Do I still have the list? Oh no, I don't actually. Let me reopen this. Reopen this closed tab real quick. Yeah, because we have Demon Slayer that came out. Dr. Stone did just recently come out, but I'm not watching Dr. Stone, so I'm not touching that. I think Konosuba did just come out too, actually. Like Oshino Code comes out next week, I believe. That's another show I'm watching, and then yeah, Mashal comes out literally in 2 days. Mashal comes out in 2 days, so I'll be watching that show. Like, you know what I mean? Like the season hasn't fully started just yet. But for what we have, this is what we watched so far. So I will say the first 2 shows that I've watched, the newer ones from Hell's Paradise and Yamada-kun, they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay for seasonal talk. We're just gonna see whether these shows I'm gonna be looking at next, like Mashal, whether or not that's gonna stay or not, or if Oshino Code stays. We'll see. Demon Slayer we'll be talking about, more likely gonna be sticking with it. So that is my thing here. That is my thing. Oh, you just started Jujutsu Kaisen? Hey, baby, let's go. How you liking it? Let me see. Yeah, Demon Slayer in 2. Exactly, Alan. That's what I mean. It's like this season hasn't truly started just yet, so I feel you. I will be watching Demon Slayer. I'm looking forward to it. This should be good. This should be good stuff, all right? Because it was mostly development for Juro, and she does seem like a pretty good friend to everyone compared to the other classmates. I mean, it's true. But again, we could have still done something different in that sense. There's many ways you can write these characters. I'm just saying they could have done something that's more comprehensive to get us a better understanding for her, and for all the classmates, and for the teachers. Again, we didn't need the whole Deku freaking half other story with that one villain saga. Like we didn't need any of that. That was not necessary. Yes, and easier, exactly. Did you watch Heavenly Delusion? I have not. Not yet. Now that's on my radar. I need to watch that show. Apparently, it started off really good, so I need to see what's going on with that. I'm ready for Oshino Code next week, and Demon Slayer. Same, man. Same. Yeah, Evolution, aka Tengoku Damyoku. Watch a break. I got you. Actually, you know what? Let me put it on my thing right now. I'm gonna put it right now. Since we're here, because I don't want to forget. I might forget. So you said we need to watch this. Let's open up a new tab. Or actually, let's do this. Let's open up a new tab for my sites that I watch stuff on. And where'd it go? I don't see it anywhere. So we can just get rid of this. I know the show. So you said, let me see if it actually comes up when I type this in. Because I hope it does. Because sometimes the names don't want to play nice with me. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. All right, it's in my thing. I'm gonna watch it. Maybe I can watch this later today. That's what I'm gonna do. I want to see what y'all talking about. Y'all got me curious now. I might make a video separate to that then, if that's the case here. Yeah, come on, Alan. Vinland Saga's freaking goated right now. How'd you feel about this week's episode? Well, you say you didn't watch anything this week, but watch the episode and tell me what you think. God dang it, I ain't an anime fan, bro. I haven't even started One Piece. Well, look, One Piece isn't like it's not a prerequisite to make sure that you're a fan. You don't need to watch One Piece. Maybe read it, but you don't need to watch it necessarily because it's a very long series. Okay, I don't expect anybody to watch 1,000+ episodes. Okay, again, Michael B. Jordan was smoking something when he said watch Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. No, those are not good starter animes. Never do that. There's a show called Insomniac After School that I want to watch since I heard good things. I never heard that all. So what's that about exactly? Problem of Heavenly Delusion is it's only it's on Hulu? You can only find it under a Japanese name? Okay. I did find it though. Interesting. I did see that. I did see House Hero there, and I was like, should I watch it? I saw some of the comments off that off the site I'm using, and they were like, this show's okay. So there's a lot of mixed reviews with it. So I was like, should I waste my time with this? I don't know if I should. I was looking for another show to watch. That was one I did run into, but I don't know if I want to do it yet. But you're saying I should check it out. I'm gonna do it. I need to watch shows, right? I need to see what's going on. I need to at least get my first impressions on a few series that are out right now and make some videos on it, see how I feel about it. I need to do that. I do need to do that. So snow. Snow? What is that? It don't be snowing over here. All right. Oh, you got icy snow? Y'all freaking out here sliding right now? Are y'all sliding? Dead Mount Death play looks interesting. Dead Mount Death play? What a name. First off, what a name. So basically what you're telling me is this season might have a lot of sleepers that I'm just not seeing. Yeah, I see right here, actually. Okay, that hasn't come out yet. That's April 11th is what it's saying. So, okay, look. I guess I need to write some stuff down. I wasn't sure what to really expect from this season. I was looking at a lot of the pictures, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I need to see. This is why we're doing this right now, right? This is why we're talking about anime. This is why you guys come through and say, hey, you should watch this show. Hey, Breakmaster, talk about this one. Like, there's any shows that I haven't seen, especially the stuff that's coming up that you guys watched. Do not be afraid to say something, because I'm trying to figure out what are some of these sleeper shows. I don't want to miss stuff. I don't want to miss the good things, because I keep missing good shows. Like Imminence of Darkness apparently was one of those shows that I should have watched, but I didn't, because I was already wrapped up with like 7 other series I was watching. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I dropped Nier Automata because it's like the schedule for it is just, it's trash. I don't know when it's coming back. It keeps like having issues when it comes to the production. So I'm just like, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll leave that alone. Last recommendation I have is Promise Skip and Loafer. It's a slice of life by the same animation studio, Buddy. Oh, really? Now it's the main reason I'm recommending. Oh, interesting. Okay, I've checked that out. Then you said because it's from Buddy Daddy's. Like Buddy Daddy's such a great show. I'm curious if this show can actually live up to that same type of expectation. Then I'll check it out. Then I'll see what's going on with it. Someone said it's a reverse isekai, but for the villain. That sounds like it could be cool. Wait, what? But I mean, I guess, are we following the? Because I mean, I've seen isekais where they're kind of like supposed to be the hero, but they're kind of villains. Like, what do they mean by that? See, I see. I guess I'm interested. I'm kind of curious now. Now that you're bringing it up, because it does make you wonder. It does make you wonder. There's a new romance called Skip and Loafer. Yeah, that's what he was just talking about. It's funny how both you and Desta are saying the same thing. Yeah, I need to see that thing, because I do like slice of life anime. I watch anything, by the way. And yes, I watched the race. I watched the anime, and I watched the live action. Yes, there was a live action Erased, and the live action is like identical to the anime. There's really no difference. But it's just live action. It's weird if people say they don't like that one, because if you don't like that, then how you like the anime? Are you just that like turned off by like human characters? Because there's literally no difference within the story. It's literally like cut and paste. Like, it's weird. It's one of those ones where it's like you just like decided not to even change it at all. Like, they're like, this is the adaptation where it's literally faithful 100%. Yes. Yeah, there's a live action for Erased. Like I said, and it's a 1-for-1. There's literally no difference. So like, you don't have to watch it because you've already seen Erased. You don't need to watch live action because it's literally the same thing. Like, there's literally no difference at all. Bro, there's an anime called Reborn in a Vending Machine. Yeah, Alan, I did see that. I was like, why is it named that? Granted, again, it's another isekai, and my question is, do I want to watch more isekais? I don't like isekais like that. Like, I'll be honest with you, isekais are getting overplayed. We have far too many at this point. We have far too many isekais. Now, I don't hate isekais to that extent, but I've seen so much, and there's so many that are just not good. So it's like, for the ones that you do run into that are good, it gets drowned out by like the other trash that's around it. So it's hard to find the good ones, find the gems, So I don't know. Isekais can be kind of weird for me. These new anime styles have become well, that's again, bro. That's isekais. that is legitimately isekais. That's what it is. If you see any anime that has a character length of like 30 freaking characters, that's an isekai more than likely. More than likely, all right? These titles they're getting out of hand. And they gotta stop. I understand the reason now behind it, because someone did actually explain the reason behind why isekais have titles like that. But boy, like, can we not? I'm not gonna remember it. I'm not gonna remember the boy who was lost in the vending machine, but then got reincarnated as a slime or something. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna remember all that. I'm not gonna remember all that. Okay. Born as a vending machine is going to be peak fishing. That's what he's talking about. What? Okay. What? Is there something about this show that I need to know? Is he Vending Machine Coon? Like y'all making me seem like I need to check that out then. Is this worth watching? This Vending Machine. I'm curious. Comeback was pretty good. Yeah, I do have that on my list. I plan to watch it. I do have it. I will probably, if I can, if it's not busy at work, I'll more than likely try to watch that show at work. I didn't get a chance to last week, but I have that on the list. I'm watching that and trying to catch up with Bugo Stray Dogs. I'm on episode like 5 of Bugo Stray Dogs right now because I want to see what's going on. I'm behind as heck. I'm on the first season, okay? So I'm trying to catch up with that show and watch some Konosuba. I'm trying to get these shows here. I'm trying to watch as much as I can. I've watched Gintama up to the first season, basically. I watched like the first 12 episodes. I think I know where you're getting at. There's a show that came out this season that I keep seeing in the comment section say that it's like very similar to Gintama, where it has a lot of comedic like moments in it, but it does have its serious moments within the show. I can't remember what the show's called, but I did run into it. But like, I don't know. Gintama, the reason why I kind of like dropped off of it, one, it's really long. Two, I was waiting for when it gets serious, and it doesn't get serious like in the first season, so it really kind of turned me off a bit. Like you have to actually like the comedy that's in the show. I'm not saying it's not funny, but comedy in of itself is very subjective. So, like if I'm reviewing something, right, I can't review Gintama correctly simply because whether or not the jokes land for me, it might not land for just me, and it could land for you. You know, it's harder to kind of review shows that are pure comedy, which is why a lot of shows in general, where they're comedy based, they don't have like the highest rating to begin with, because it's very subjective in that sense. So when it comes to what is actually funny, you know, so I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it was worth continue watching. Is my thing, because I gotta know, maybe there's something I need to see. Maybe I was watching filler actually too. Now I'm thinking about it, because I know Gintama does have filler, right? So maybe there's something I need to like skip through to figure out where it gets good. You know what I mean? I think it's what I need to do here. Can't wait for the part where it dispenses Pepsi. Pepsi products are very powerful over there in Japan. Okay, look, we had a whole Pepsi sponsor. I talked about Tiger and Bunny, right? Tiger and Bunny has a whole character based off freaking Pepsi, basically. I can't remember her name. She has ice powers, like ice something. I can't remember her name, but she was sponsored by Pepsi. All right, yeah. We go so good. They already announced a season 5 for summer. Wait, is it still going? Did Bugo Stray Dogs just finish, or is it still going right now? It's a Coke machine. So we have is Pepsi Man gonna like pop out of nowhere? Is Pepsi Man gonna pop out of nowhere real quick and then fight Coca-Cola? Because like there is Pepsi Man. Don't forget about that guy. He is a menace. He is a menace. I want you to know. Before I actually leave, there is one more discussionary topic I wanted to like bring up in this stream. I wonder if you guys ran into this, because I've been seeing it pretty much all week on Twitter. And I think the reason why this got sparked up again is the fact that Death Battle is redoing this battle. If you know what Death Battle is all about, Death Battle is a channel that does nothing but Death Battles, like anime Death Battles, or anime characters facing off against like Marvel characters and this and that and the other, right? They're redoing the Goku versus freaking Superman fight. And I think that's why I'm starting to see a bunch of other like versus battles type of like conversations with Goku, and how Goku can like mop the floor with with Luffy or with all these other characters and stuff like that. Like, I don't know why I keep running into these things. It's kind of annoying to keep constantly seeing, and to address like the thing when it comes to Death Battle, and what people need to just understand something. Like, Superman, the way he's written, he's OP. Like, you use all his feats from all these other creators, you're gonna find a version of freaking Superman that's unstoppable, basically. So no matter what level Goku ever becomes, Goku is only written by one person. So therefore, it's all based off of Toriyama's ideals. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Toriyama, like his character for Goku is always being able to overcome. You know, he is the underdog a lot of the times in battles and stuff like that. I don't think they're ever gonna make it to where he's like the big dog of a series, you know? So he's always gonna be that underdog. There's always gonna be somebody like stronger than him that he has to overcome. So with that said, it's like we're gonna keep having these battles, and it's like Goku's not the guy. He is not the dude that is that OP. Like we gotta stop this. Like I don't understand. Not too much watching. Get some just for serious arcs. Isn't worth it in my opinion. If the humor and filler don't hit, then it's probably not for you. Yeah, I figured as much. That's what I said. Like bro, I'm telling you, man. Like I'm not hating on Gensomon at all. Like I don't think the show's for me necessarily. I don't know. I didn't like the comedy's hit and miss for me. Like comedy shows in general for like anime are hit and miss. Like I was trying to watch this high school I think something the lives of high school boys, something like that. I think it's called that or something like that. It's a pure comedy based show, and though I found some moments funny, it wasn't something that really took my attention. You know, it didn't grab me like that. It's like same thing like Nichijou, I believe, right? Nichijou's like more based in the comedy. I've seen scenes, but I never actually watched the entire show. And I think comedy-based anime in general doesn't really stick with me like that. I've seen some, like Shin-Chan's another one, where it's like, I've seen a lot of it, but it's like, it's not something I'm like, yeah, that's a show I would love to recommend. You know, it's comedy and anime is very interesting, actually. Now, the more I think about it, because the longevity of those shows are not that good. Like, a lot of the jokes are very current, right? So it makes it to where you can't really, like, it's going to be dated after a while. And that's why I felt with Gensomon when I did try to get back into watching it. Even at the time I was watching it, it felt dated. So it's interesting. Before it ended, but season 5 is also coming. Okay, just ended then. That's fast tech, though. It got the Blue Lock treatment, basically. And they know, yeah, they're doing it again, man. Because he has Ultra Instinct now, right? So he has new abilities. So it's like, okay, with these new abilities, can he face Goku? No, it's like so. Spoiler alert, they can't do it, guys. Guess it was before Super started. Yeah, well, exactly. Well, they made me wake up. That made me wake up. Goku vs Superman, really? Yes, Anna. Yes, they're doing it again, and it's just like, come on now. But within Twitter, I kept seeing other battles because this whole thing with like, I don't know why people keep thinking like Luffy can use like one-shot suckers. There was an argument that made sense to me. I get it, because like, if it's within the big three, like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, if any of those characters actually face Goku, Goku does win. I don't know why we have this like argument. Like, Goku is like on planet level. He can blow up a planet with the blink of a Kai blast. Like, you know, it don't really take much with his actual strength to do so. Like, Luffy can't blow up a planet. He can't do that. Naruto maybe. I don't know. His powers are iffy at times, and not to mention he lost his like Kurama and everything else like that anyway. So, like, at the end of the day, I don't think he can do it either. Even if you took away like all those like power scaling with like the Kai blast and everything, if it's just pure martial arts, I don't know why people keep thinking that if you took that away and just put like martial arts like Goku versus like Naruto or Luffy, Goku still wins. It's weird how people want to try to argue that Luffy can do something when Luffy's not. He doesn't have techniques. He just swings with a punch. Like, there's no martial arts being involved there. If it was literally hand to hand, Luffy will get mopped up by freaking Naruto. Like, I don't understand where the thought process comes in. Luffy's not that kind of character. He just has grit. He will literally take massive damage and still get back up. That's what makes him different. You know what I mean? He doesn't give up. You know? But when concerning Goku's on another level. He's been fighting ever since he was like 2 years old. He was like he's been out here. He was in martial arts terms. He learned from the best from Master Roshi. Like, bro, like, what do you? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand the argument with some of this stuff. It's just like, it's so weird to me when we do these versus battles. Like, they're not. You're not seeing the bigger picture with a lot of this stuff here. And I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing this on Twitter now. I keep running into all the goddamn time. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Goku is a dummy strong, but comic book characters end up doing something randomly OP for no reason. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, this is a problem when it comes to using. I think we got to stop this. I feel like Death Battle needs to take a step back and just not do anime characters facing off against Marvel characters or DC characters. Any of these comic characters, because once you do that, it opens up this can of worms of stuff that just doesn't work out, because they'll use sources from other like comic creators where they're not the original source, but it's technically canon within this series, right? So they'll utilize that, which is not fair, because like Goku, any manga for that matter, doesn't have another source outside of maybe a light novel. You know, like it's not like they have other people to be able to make them stronger. That's not the case here. They don't. You know what I mean? Like that's why I feel like it's weird to even have these type of battles even happen, because you can't really put them up against each other because it's not a fair fight in that way. That's my thing. Unless you can find characters within anime sphere, like maybe a Saitama, right? Saitama is so strong that he could fight against like Marvel characters. He is broken as heck because of his ability. He has a hacks ability that makes him impossible to beat, actually. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to spoil nobody, but I've read up to a point where I see where he is, and Saitama is actually unbeatable. I don't think you can beat that guy. So it's like I don't know. I agree that there is really only one version of Goku and 1,000 versions of Superman, so you would have to pick a specific. Yeah, exactly, right? Now, if they were being fair, if they picked a specific version of Goku, Goku could potentially win then. But they're not gonna do that. They're gonna find all the feats. They're gonna find when Superman decides to go in the sun for 1,000 years, and you know what I mean. So it's a moot point to even have an argument for that. If he is the weakest of the, I agree. Just because he has Gear 5 is an amazing ability, right? The possibilities of pretty much a Looney Tune character come to life is impressive, but that's still not enough to be able to handle some of the other characters within said like other big three shows. Like what are we doing here? Shoot, I don't think anybody even watched Toriko, right? Toriko is a good example of somebody where it's like they're fighting in space. Like the way that show ended, those suckers are so freaking OP, make no goddamn sense. But they were fighting in space. They were in power levels where they can blow up a planet. Like knife and fork was a thing. Okay, so but that show ended and it showcased just how powerful the characters can be. Not like Naruto. They're still grounded. Luffy's very grounded. So I don't get it. Luffy is a better battle tactician than people give him credit for. No, I agree with you on that. He is definitely really good when it comes to the technical ability of his ability. Like he knows how to utilize his devil fruit to the fullest. You wouldn't think it would actually work out in that fashion, but it does. So I can give him that. Yeah, they need to stick to one version of the character. They be bringing up freaking yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like how you bring up stuff like that, and it's like. At that point, it's not a fair fight. It's very unfair. It doesn't make any sense why you even remotely bring that up at this point because there's no reason to. There's no reason to. Yeah. I remember that One Piece Toriko DBZ crossover. Very interesting stuff, right? But look, it's not like they probably put them in the same power level scheme. You know what I mean? They didn't want to like showcase the real true powers of everybody because, like I said, Luffy does not keep up with them. Excuse me, Luffy actually doesn't, like they don't even keep a freaking Toriko because like from what I've seen, because I did watch a little bit of Toriko, I did try to, and it's annoying, right? Because I heard a lot of good things about Toriko, and I got like I think up to like episode 20 when then the show actually ended. I was like, what? Like it didn't come back, it didn't get another manga, nothing. It just ended, and I was sitting here like, oh, so I'm just wasting my time then. Oh, okay then. I guess I should stop doing that. But the dub was on Tsunami the other day. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, because they did. You know what it was? I remember now. The reason why I forgot about it is because I was watching WrestleMania. That's what it was. I was watching WrestleMania at the time, and we were in the Discord and we're watching it together and everything. Like Anna was there. Ace was there too. So that's why I forgot about Tsunami. Dang, I feel bad now. I feel bad now. I should have saw that. I should have watched that. God dang it. Need someone to make a Superman comic or he's 100% counter to Goku. Honestly, but see, I'm laughing at that, what Ace just said. But Ace is right, though. It's that simple where you can get somebody, right? Some other comic creator, some established comic creator, right? Make a story where actually they write it in a way where Goku cannot touch this guy. And then it's canon. Then what are you supposed to do then? Like, whereas Goku has only Toriyama. Only Toriyama can write the character. And Toriyama's not trying to do that. Like, this is one of the things I actually like about manga, right? I like the fact that it's only one creator. I like the fact that it's consistent within its well, it, well, power level isn't consistent in Dragon Ball Super, but it's still in its own world. You know what I mean? Like it is never unfair. So if you were to do an anime battle with Goku and some other anime character, that makes more sense to do, so long as they have actual feats. Because the fight with Goku versus Saitama, that couldn't happen at the time because Saitama did not have any feats. We don't know his limitations to his powers because he never gets hurt. It's I can't tell just where his threshold ends. And with how Saitama is written right now, he's kind of unstoppable. If that fight happened right now, Saitama more than likely will still win. Goku still can't do anything to him because it's not fair. You can't. He's broken as heck, okay? He's one of the most broken anime characters outside of people that are rewriting, like, Fate, you know? Because I actually, there was another argument I just remembered. Speaking of rewriting Fate, Giorno Giovanna, because they also had that fight with Goku versus Giorno, right? And they were saying that Goku can actually get past that because he can kind of, like, almost negate the ability, apparently. I don't know how true that is. I'm not, like, a manga reader, so I don't know exactly the full extent of like Ultra Instinct and what it can potentially do. But Giorno, you don't get to see the truth. That's his ability. You don't get to see the final portion of it, and it's an unconscious set of ability. It's not something that Giorno activates and he does. It just happens. So it's interesting that if he can negate something like that, then okay, cool. Because Giorno, if Giorno gets hit one time, he always takes one punch by Goku. Giorno's head popping off because he's only human. He can't really. He can't tank attacks to that extent, is my thing. If you were to actually go to a full-blow death battle. So, it depends on if the ability works or not. So, I'm not sure. Hell, there's versions of a Batman that can beat Goku. Surprised they don't bring that up. Anybody? Oh, really? I know with the Darkness Knight. It's stupid. Wait. No, what is this? It's stupid OP. Wait, I don't know about this. Wait, what is that version? What is it doing exactly? I'm curious. I did not know about this. Whenever his canon is determined by one person when it comes to manga. Yeah, exactly. Actually, is there a version of Superman that isn't affected by kryptonite? I think so, yes, actually, because Goku could just use the Dragon Balls to wish his body was made of kryptonite and just so basically you're telling me this is Goku with prep time. Like how Batman beats anybody with prep time, Goku with prep time to beat anybody then. That's what you're telling me right now. Granted, unfortunately, there is, I believe, a Superman that is like, I would say unaffected by kryptonite. Or there are Supermen that are, they're affected by it, but it doesn't like make him so weak that he can't fight is the thing. Like he can still go. Like it can be inconsistent at times. That's where the problem is. That's the problem right there. The Darkest Knight is Bruce Wayne with with the insanity. Oh yeah. Oh, I heard about that. Oh, that's what it is. Wait, Dr. Manhattan. Excuse me. This is yo. That's actually terrifying. Look, he's already a broken man, but if he turns to like the Joker-esque type of person, with Manhattan is. Excuse me. But see, I don't like that. Wait a minute. See. If that's canon, there it is. Look, that's broken as heck. This is why, again, I don't like this. I don't like these battles. We gotta stop. I think it's time. You know, like I like versus battle. I like talking about who would win in a fight, right? I like that stuff, but I like to be very fair in my arguments with it, right? A lot of the times, even when I say someone could win, there's a percentage that happens that could win. There isn't a definitive answer a lot of the times to who would win over a battle versus who, especially if it's a close one, right? Like we can go into Luffy versus like Ichigo or something, right? If Luffy can actually see him and everything and tangibly touch him, because obviously, you know, certain things got to be turned off to make a fight actually happen. Luffy, more than not, I feel would actually win that battle. For the most part, like, yes, Ichigo has more destructive capabilities, and he does use a sword, so he can cut him. It's not a matter of you know, his ability negating punches. But Luffy is fast. Luffy is something that can go against, and he also has the whole tune effect type of thing too. So there's many things he can make. He can make Ichigo's sword rubber basically, so it wouldn't even cut him technically speaking. So if we're going to the whole battle, there's a higher chance I think Luffy will ultimately end up winning because Ichigo does take L's in his own series. He doesn't have the same durability that Luffy does. I feel so like. If I would make the argument, I think Luffy has a better chance. He has a higher percentage to win more so than maybe like Ichigo. But this is what I mean. There's a percentage. There isn't really a definitive answer of who would actually win the fight because it really depends on certain scenarios and what's actually going on with said characters and stuff like that and how the fight sometimes play out. Because that's kind of how fights are. All right. There is many versions. In fact, see this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Like I said, broken, just broken. Problem is we don't know how far Toon Force can go for Luffy, and that is true. We only seen the tidbit of what Toon Force Luffy can do, which he can affect other people. That is thing that we did see. He can affect other people through Kaido. We've seen this. So, with that said, it makes sense because it's an awakened ability. Awakened abilities affect the surrounding area. We've seen that when it comes to Don Flamingo's ability when he awakened his devil fruit. So. With this awakened ability, this is something that does affect everything in a way. We know it. We know that much, so that's why we can put that argument into a fact. Gio takes a lot of L's, but always comes out stronger. Yeah, 100%. No, he does. But Luffy takes L's too, and comes out much stronger as well. But I just know that the durability between the two, I've seen Luffy take way more damage than what Ichigo has. See, even with my own argument, I do wonder because he's actually out after that happens. Because Ichigo has taken massive damage that killed him. Like he actually died one time in the show, so he literally died. So and then got brought back because or the Himeis. He was like 80 times faster than Luffy, so I don't know. What makes you say he's 80 times faster than Luffy? I mean, Luffy can move at I think almost a similar speed as him when it goes to Gear 2. So I don't know about that necessarily being the case here. He is a faster fighter, don't get me wrong, but you're going into the whole speed blitzing thing. If you've seen how Ichigo fights, he doesn't speed blitz. He's not a person that speed blitz into that type of way. Like he'll still fight in a manner that which you can still see this. Like you know what I mean? They're not speed blitzing like that. Because again, if we go into our argument, right? Zoro can beat a lot of people because he has Shintoryu. That fast ability where he's right here and then boom, he's over there all of a sudden. Yeah, look, speed blitzing is a very powerful thing. If you have an ability to do so, I mean, you're gonna win more times than not because then the other character is not ready for an attack like that unless they're always prepared. Like a Giorno, or it's like he's unaware, but his ability is always active. Like come on now. Problem with Gear 5 is I wonder if he can have a serious fight. Honestly, that's a good argument. Funny enough, because that's the thing about it though. The whole purpose with Luffy is the fact that he's supposed to be free. He's supposed to be joyful. He's Joy Boy, right? Reincarnated. So therefore, there's not supposed to be a serious take within this fight because he's supposed to be joyful. So I don't think he can ever get to the point where he's just straight up serious. I don't think that's the case here. I don't think that'll ever happen. Not at this point. Like the most serious fight we've seen him in was Rob Lucy versus he's facing against Rob Lucy, right? Because he was on the ropes in that fight basically. Very serious fight. Still my favorite fight in the series of to this day. Katakuri wasn't a bad fight, but I have problems with that fight. I have actual problems with that fight. And I don't know if you want to hear exactly why I don't like that fight in comparison to like Rob Lucy, because people keep saying that fight's better than Rob Lucy when I don't think it is. But I digress. I digress. A lot of Luffy's fights so far since unlocking it has been played for comedy. Yeah. Well, either played for comedy or he got knocked out. You know what it is? Luffy versus Doflamingo? So, within the manga, it was better. Like, the anime stretched that fight way too freaking long. I'll tell you that right now. It's like that fight was stretched up like his ability. It was like slow too for some reason. I don't know why they animated it like that. But the fight for Doflamingo was not bad. I don't know if it's a premier fight within One Piece, but I still don't think it's better than Rob Lucy's. I don't think it is. Where does that rank? When it comes to Luffy fights, it might be his third best fight actually. Because don't get me wrong, like I don't dislike Katakuri fights to a point where I don't give it respect because it is his one of his best fights, like number 2 at least, right? I just think when it comes to my scale here, Rob Lucy and Luffy, that's number 1 for me. I might put put Katakuri versus Luffy as number 2. I don't know. I will put Luffy versus Doflamingo maybe at 3 because I wanted to put Crocodile. I probably wanted to put Crocodile there, but there's inconsistencies now with that fight that it's kind of jarring to rewatch because there's inconsistencies in general when it comes to the abilities from Crocodile and everything. So it makes the fight not as, and it's also very playful in a lot of ways too because the whole drought thing and situation and stuff like that. But it definitely wasn't a bad fight. There was also the Inaru fight, but that Inaru fight I thought that was okay. He was just a hard counter to Inaru, so it's interesting to see Inaru's ability and how he tries to adapt to that situation. So that fight wasn't bad. But I think the Doflamingo fight was good. I just feel like it was from the anime they drew it out a little too long. I think Doflamingo versus Law was better than the fight with Luffy. I mean, it's an interesting argument. See, I kind of want to go through now. I kind of want to go down the line now. Now you got me wanting to talk about this a little bit because that's true. Because I've said this before, One Piece doesn't have actually a lot of fights within their show, especially not now. I mean, maybe the anime could rectify some of this, but we don't have long drawn out battles anymore. Like back in Water 7 and stuff like that. Side characters actually had time to eat. You know what I mean? Sanji had a full battle. Zoro had a full battle. That's why we like Katakuri to begin with. Not Katakuri. The draft guy. Kaku, there it is. Kaku. That's why we like Kaku to begin with, as the show has progressed, because you have more characters, especially when I'm reading the manga anyways. The manga, you get one panel. Not one no, yeah, sometimes. It depends. It depends on the fight. Sometimes you might get one panel. Sometimes you get maybe one page or something of a fight. Or it might just be one chapter of a fight. We don't really get much when it comes to side characters, even from Zoro at this point, from the perspective of him, or from Sanji. It's just it's very scatterbrained. So it's just that's why the anime comes in and it does help to kind of fill in those gaps. But, we got to make sure we're actually pacing it correctly because otherwise the fights are kind of not good, But that's not a bad. I'm almost inclined to agree with you on that, Desto. Zero's being said to be light speed and most people can dodge them. In-game Ichigo is probably much faster than every captain. I don't know about that. If that's because I think you're forgetting about Byakuya. I think even in the show, because we are doing the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I think they stated at one point that his flash step is faster than it was before. He is known to be one of the quickest people when it comes to the flash step. I mean, you got to remember this. We've seen in-game Ichigo, there are still people that can go behind him and shock him. So it's not like he's fast, but maybe his instincts are not all caught up. I don't know. I just don't think we're giving him too much credit is my thing here. Again, you got to remember how he fights. But the fact that people can still sneak up on him and get the jump on him says a lot. From the flash step to the Quincy step to the Sonito, all them things. There are some fast characters, and I don't think he's in the same. I don't think he's his whole stick when it comes to his Bankai is supposed to be quickness. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to agility, I think he has probably the most base agility because he can make like after images of himself with his speed. So don't get me wrong, he is fast in that sense, but it's a different type of speed that we're talking about here. I think that's what it is. Garp and Roger versus Rock Pirate's top #1 fight in One Piece. Akainu versus Kuzan in second. Bro, why are you talking about these fights that we didn't even really get to see? Like, we didn't even see anything with Kuzan versus freaking Akainu. We just saw what the after effects were. We're just talking about, my guy. This is like the problem with freaking One Piece, man. It's just like, we have all these... Even the latest chapter, there wasn't even a fight going on. You know what I'm talking about, Quetz. That crap was like, bro, what is this? I don't know. I'm hoping that we can kind of get back to form a little bit with One Piece where we actually have fights and we get to see them. But again, One Piece is not really known to have major fights like that. It's more about what the fight means and how it and what it does to the story, more so than the fight itself. You know what I mean? That's where it is. And I mean, pretty hard on Kid and Law versus Big Mom. Definitely improvement for the manga. I agree. Shoot, they even did an improvement with the Black Maria and Robin's fight, because like that thing was literally one panel. I'm telling you, they have one panel fights or one page fights, right? I think it was like one page, not one panel, but it's like one page, and they somehow managed to make that they prolonged it and made it more epic than it actually was. So you know what? Sometimes that's why the anime comes in at times and makes things better. This is why I like that. This is where the anime comes into play, where you can get something better out of it, you know? True, but they are never going to show the actual level of things. Like, Goku is never going to one-shot anyone, even though he can. Maybe. It depends. It does depend. But see, the thing is, the reason why we'll probably never see that because of Goku is not because, like, any other outside force. Like, Goku likes to fight. He's not going to just fight some weak sucker. He knows when he's fighting somebody strong. So he's not, if he finds like a Krillin, right? He's not going to punch him one time and call it a day. He doesn't care about that. He wants to fight and test his strength. So he's always going to fight somebody strong. So that therefore he's not going to just one-shot somebody. We're never going to see that simply because he doesn't fight weak people. That's the thing here. That's the thing here. But you're also right though too, that we're never really going to see the full capabilities of their powers. And that makes sense too, because it's always ever evolving. That's the thing about like always staying the underdog. That's why these mangakas and how they write, I feel, are better in a sense versus than like the Marvel DC stuff, because they become Marvel DC. They become like these hacks characters to a point where you can't even touch them, and it gets boring after a while to try to like see a hacks character like that. You know what I mean? I think Oda is rushing to the end. I do feel like he is going kind of quick with it. I won't lie. Because there's a lot of stuff that he's doing that he's kind of just skimming through really quickly at this point. Like even with this current arc right now, with Egghead, we're actually going through it really pretty fast. Like I'm not complaining necessarily, because I do like the pacing that we're kind of doing now. I don't mind it being quick. I just wish we did have more battles though. But I understand why we shouldn't have all the battles all the time either. So I don't know. I'm conflicted. Can't wait to see anime versions of Sanji Zoro versus King Queen. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just looking forward to any of these fights, because like the anime has been doing really well at filling in the gaps or stretching it out. Like I don't mind a fight being stretched out. Like that's something that the animators gotta make sure they know, that you can stretch out a fight and we're gonna love it. There's no reason to not have an actual battle. Now, don't stretch out a fight where it is like a one shot, because like Luffy actually did one shot freaking, what is it? No, I'm gonna say one shot at him, but he pretty much manhandled Horty Jones, right? He handled that sucker like it was nothing, but the anime decided to actually make it to where Horty Jones could do something. Like if you read the manga, Horty Jones is trash. Horty Jones didn't do nothing the entire time. Dude lost in water. He is a freaking fishman. He's a shark, bro. Like how you lose in water to Zoro, a man that's just the swims. Like it's shocking, okay? So it was weird that the anime decided to actually make it to where Horty Jones can even do anything, because he wasn't that good of a guy, like villain in the first place. But I thought that arc was more so to showcase just how strong the Straw Hats become. You know, that's the thing here. Bro, I'm just telling the truth. Horty Jones is trash, bro. God dang it. Welcome in though. I don't even know how close Oda is to the end. So it feels like we got like 10 more years. He said he wants to end it in like 5 years. So I do see him going pretty quick with this at this point. I do see that. Like the pacing is pretty fast, but it's not a bad fast. We're finally just getting information. There's a reason why after the Wano arc, everything just seems so much more bombastic. Everything's like a 10 out of 10 because there's just so much information that's happening left and right. Everything's starting to finally get revealed. And the fact that we have a certain character on the scene that's about to happen going to Egghead is insane. Like I said, I'm hyped. Don't get me wrong. I criticize it, but I like what I'm seeing. Like, One Piece is peak fiction, okay? It's some good stuff going on right now. But, you know, as a reviewer, as somebody that will look things critically, even if I enjoy it, I will still criticize it if I do see something wrong. And there's nothing wrong with criticizing a series, even if you enjoy it. And I'm enjoying One Piece, but I do criticize from time to time. There's just things there. You should be doing that, you know? Again, no series is perfect. So you should actually take a step back, sometimes look at it, but still find enjoyment, though. Don't lose yourself in the sauce of trying to criticize something to where you actually take the enjoyment out of the series. Don't do that. But do see it, recognize it, move on from it, you know? Yeah. That's an insult to trash. It's an insult to trash, bro. I'm just saying, it was weird, all right? Like, that whole arc was weird and how it was animated. But then, like, when I saw that fight, I was like, why are we even doing this? Like, we wasting way too much time on this man. This guy did absolutely nothing the whole arc. It's like, how you come in thinking, oh, he gonna be a guy, right? He gonna be just like Arlong, you know what I'm saying? Like, Arlong was a threat. Horty Jones, that sucker's a baby, bro. Like, I hope, honestly, we never see that guy again, because, like, there's no reason to even bother with him. He's he's not good. Man's Davy Jones locker trash. Yes, let's go. God dang it. I'm telling you, man. But thank you guys for being here, though. I appreciate y'all. This has been fun. I will actually next week we're gonna have an actual hot take. I'm gonna find something, and we're gonna actually have that as a hot take. We're definitely gonna get something going here, because I do have some ideas, and I've seen things when it comes to Twitter. Twitter is my place at this point to get hot takes, because I see stupid stuff all the goddamn time. Also, if you guys have any hot takes, if there's something that you did see, we can definitely talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, write that down, send it to me, DM me. If you're my Discord, you can also always hit me up over there. If you see something that might be a good topic to talk about, please do not be shy to say something, because I want to know, and I want to talk about it on stream. Just saying. Yeah, it's hot takes. Wano's animation is trash. That's not even a hot take, bro. You just absolutely wrong on that one. But we gonna ignore what Ace said. He's just trying to start something, you know. He's just trying to start something, you know what I'm saying? He think he Michael Jackson right now. But no. I appreciate y'all being here. If you guys can like this real quick, that would help when it comes to the algorithm, push this kind of stream stuff out to people. You know, if you like talking about anime, this is the spot to talk about anime, and we talk about anything anime. It can be any subject for that matter. And sometimes we can dive deeper into not even just anime, but just TV shows that we enjoy. Like, this is more of a free-for-all to be able to actually talk about the things that you enjoy, the fandom that you're currently in, because I'm in a lot of them, and I wouldn't mind having those kind of conversations with you guys. So, oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely a hot take, but it's a wrong hot take. Look, there's no reason to even, like, go further than that, because he's just pure wrong, okay? He's just pure wrong. He out here disrespecting goddamn animators at this point. I might have to go fight him now. I'm about to throw hands at my own brother now. That's crazy. But no. All right. Okay, so my schedule for next week, we will have our usual schedules for the Twitch streams, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We will be back, apparently, again, for Chainsaw Man. So Tuesday, we'll be back over here on my channel, the YouTube channel. We'll do another live reaction to Chainsaw Man's chapter, have a discussion about that as well. So do be there, and we'll be back over here again, and we'll have a lot more anime to talk about. I'll tell you this right now, we're gonna have a lot more anime to talk about, because by this time, I'm gonna be watching all the stuff that you guys recommended, plus some other ones I might find. And like I said, this season's now truly starting. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about when it comes to next week's seasonal talk. So I hope you guys are ready. Make sure to do your homework, watch these shows as well. And like I said, if you find anything that you think I should watch, please tell me so I can go ahead and watch it. It's not lying, but it's said all the time. Again, all those people are wrong. I don't know who that is, but they need to be quiet. They lying to you. All right. With that said, drink goddamn water, take goddamn vitamins, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, people, if I can find this, where's my cursor at? Oh, I was like, I can't even end the stream. All right. Until then, people, break out though.